World's crazy. World really is, So first of all, we have Trump, who's on now racist. Okay, he's building walls. He wants to constantly build walls and stuff like that. And the stuff that he's come away with. But of course, that because he's president, everything's forgiven and everything else. Then we have the James Gunn tweets, and just because people like Guardians of the Galaxy, they'll forgive him and they'll just say, "Oh, that's a mistake. Let's move on. We enjoyed your movie. Make more. We still like you because you made a movie, right?" So now, Liam Neeson has come out and he was talking about something that happened 40 years ago, and he was being honest. He took a reaction to his friend that's been raped, and the only description he had was that the person was black. So, because he only had that to go on, and because he's left somebody that's been raped that will scar that person for life, he needed to feel better. He felt, like a weakling. He felt he didn't feel like he had any power, that he should have been there. He felt guilt. He felt all of this sort of stuff. And so he went out and he was begging for somebody to have a go at him. Okay, he was begging. Now, this could have happened, and he stated basically, if all the evidence that he had was that he was Scottish or that he was Irish or anything that basically describes him and brings down his list of who the transgressors are. That's all he had to go for. So if he had a Scottish accent, then of course he would go someplace where there's lots of Scottish people and just. But he wasn't going out and just hitting out or lashing at people. He was hoping that somebody would come over and that he would take out some, and fight, and so he would get hurt and everything else. Now, it's we're living in a world now where you can't be honest, and I've heard John Barnes, who's a black footballer, defend him, and I'll leave a link to the top. So we're living in a world where we can't talk about anything, we can't say anything, and growing up, right? Now here's the thing: when I grew up, I felt more safer, and with black people basically, right? My first girlfriend was an Asian, black girl. Didn't care if she was Indian or Urdu, whatever it is. It didn't matter. And I felt safer there than I did with the white people, right? Because the white people that I was hanging around, that lived in my neighbourhood, they were all, majority of them were all this, or shooting stuff up the arm and gangs and stuff like that. But I felt more protected, right? So again, it was nothing to do with colour, but but now we're living in a world, and I was watching this YouTube video about Americans basically preaching hate against Muslims, and of course there's one Muslim here, and he's trying to defend his faith, but of course it's the freedom of speech thing, right? So the best thing for people, and it's not easy to listen to people with hate. Now these people, they could have been in the wrong. These people were in the wrong as well, because they're sort of preaching hatred towards a religion, Muslims. So they were in the wrong, and for me you shouldn't preach at all, especially when it's condemning another religion. And of course, so the New Zealand guy, he comes up and he starts saying that because we, the people, don't follow Allah, that we're all going to hell. Which, as a gang, is a racist thing to say. So there's no. And then I turned on to another thing I noticed on YouTube was that Brie Larson from Captain Marvel. She's saying she hopes to be in a film which is all black. I'm like, seriously, when will this stop being an issue? We should not be coming out and saying stuff like that or staying. But then again, should we? Where's the law that's saying we just can't say what we feel at some point and without being condemned for being racist and whatnot? I mean, this thing that Liam Neeson said was done 40 years ago, and the world was a different place 40 years ago. I mean, and he's just been honest about how he felt for that 1 week. He was angry. Now, I know for a fact when my mother got mugged, I ran right out of the house. I had no idea who done it. And I walked and I ran to where she got mugged. Right? She said it happened too quick. Right? I wasn't given a description. So somebody was getting it. But believe me, if she had given me a description of people, right, then every one of them would have been guilty. Every white person, every whatever within that vicinity, I would have been. And that's what happens when you have that, when somebody hurts you that much. And when somebody hurts a part of your family, it's the protective stuff that comes in. And then until your rage dies down, then you suddenly, and what Liam Neeson says is, he's sick of me. What am I doing? He probably came to the realisation that he had no idea what this person looked like. What was he going to do? Was he going to start attacking, anybody that sort of resembled the description that was given to him? But he just felt useless, and he was being. And we should not condemn somebody that was being honest, and then because it's these sort of stories that can actually help people go forward. Now, in an interview afterwards, he said to this coloured presenter, he did say it, he apologises for how that could have came across. But when you listen to the story, it's like he's been enlightened by the experience of growing up. And I've came across a lot of people who lives in the north, lives in the mountains, that I'd never came across a black person. And the only thing they had on a black person was stuff that they were reading, so or on newspapers or TV. So take it for instance, if it was happening today, then all this stuff you would be seeing on YouTube or September the 11th and stuff, that would cloud their judgment until you actually live a life and surround yourself with a variety of people. But it's so easy, and I mean, for instance, if I was in America and I walked into an area that was downtrodden and full of black people, I would feel intimidated. Same as if one black person came into, I mean, where I stay, it's majority of it is white, and there's a black family there, and I always go over to them because they must be out of the comfort zone because they're surrounded by whites. But and then somebody came up to the door and it was a guy to watch one of the kids, and take him away, take him out and stuff, You know, this is all it is at all. That can't handsome scenes on it. Even just saying that, you felt, oh wait a minute, could that be perceived in some way? And we should never ever be quick to say somebody is a racist for that. Now it's different when it comes to something like Gunn has done, right? And you can check Film Gub and his history, right? There is, because you're meant to be an older person when you're meant to know better. But this was Liam Neeson talking about when he was younger. And as I say, now we're living in a place where we feel like we have to, and again what I said in my last video, that Black Panther should win an Oscar because the cast is entirely black and people are putting it forward. They've actually just released, they were talking about showing Black Panther in the pictures again. I mean that is Disney trying to control the people in order to try to get their film an Oscar because they want to be seen as a company that's a step forward into branching out. Or look at us, we are not sexist, we are not racist. We bring out this film, and it's not the case. And this is the guy, and I'll give you another link to another guy up here, and and I mean, if somebody comes out and they actually say, I can't stand them, I can't stand black people and whatnot and stuff like that, or I can't stand Hindus or Irish people and everything else, and he's sincere about that, then of course, don't go and see the movie. But when somebody is trying to explain their upbringing and how they've changed and how they've matured, then for me that can only inspire other people. So I would definitely be going and see Liam Neeson's movies because I know more about him now. I know his personality and stuff. Now that's my home truth. This is my truth. DC Vigilante out.